The world needs to be accessible. The older we get, the greater risk we have of becoming disabled. If we don't make the world accessible now, we're just making it harder for ourselves in the future. Hello, my name is Michael Hummel. I'm the founder of Wheels and Warriors. My mission in life is to end the stigma of disability, change the way people think about, interact with, and perceive disabled people. And finally, I want to bring able-bodied and disabled people together. I graduated high school in 1997, and they actually had a ramp built on the stage for me so that I could get my diploma. And it became one of the greatest accomplishments of my life and one of the greatest moments of my life. Hinds is a Denver City Councilman, and he is a quadriplegic. In 2008, he was in a cyclist accident, and it caused him to be in a wheelchair. And he is running again for councilman, and he had to give a speech. And when he got to the venue, they didn't realize he was disabled. And what they wanted to do was take his chair and him up the stairs to the stage. And they didn't realize he was 600 pounds between him and the chair. And what they had him do was climb on the stage to give a speech, because if he didn't do that, he was going to be fined. And eventually they allowed him to give his speech in his chair on the ground. But before this, his getting on stage was documented in pictures and video. It reminded me of the Capitol Crawl. The Capitol Crawl is an event that happened shortly before the ADA was formed. Disabled people got out of their chairs and climbed up the stairs of the Capitol to protest inaccessibility. And they would not have been able to get in the Capitol had they not crawled out of their chairs onto the stairs, because there was no ramps. There was no accessibility. Before the ADA, disabled people were out of luck. They had no way of getting anywhere. And it was a form of segregation, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people not being able to get where they want to go. I'm tired of inclusion having to be a thing. Everyone should be included in everything. I want buildings to be accessible with ramps and wide enough doors so that we can get in and out of rooms in our chairs, whether they be manual or electric. We should be able to access everywhere, and especially bathrooms. We should be able to get in and out of an accessible bathroom, and we need more handicap accessible stalls. And the stalls themselves need to be bigger, because oftentimes I will be in a stall and it won't be big enough for me. And I can just imagine how inaccessible it is for someone in a electric wheelchair. And I know people will say that it's too hard, it takes too much work, it takes too much money. But if we work now to change things now, we won't have to do it in the future. And we shouldn't be an afterthought. We should be considered in the creation of buildings and of properties that everyone should be able to go to. And I believe this needs to be done. It needs to start happening now. because it's not happening now. The world has come leaps and bounds from the ADA to now, but we still have a lot of work to do. And I think the more accessible we make the world, the closer we will become as a people.